Hi, everybody.
Holy shit!
Yeah, as you will probably notice by this point, our camera quality keeps changing. Just deal with it for now.
Yeah, we probably will be buying a Vixia soon, for those of you who know what a Vixia is.
So anyway, we have some news and news accessories.
Here we are, up bright and early on a Saturday morning to bring you Fighters Collection 2014 and some Booster 16.
I love Elliot's boxer announcing mic.
Okay.
What did he look like he was saying? He's like, let's get ready to rumble!
Well, that's exactly what's happening.
It's true. I mean, shoot, like a lot of news came out and things that I thought were going to be nah anymore are now,
Alright, so from the top, Fighters Collection 2014 contains 7 SP reprints with special gold-plated flavor text.
Delicious. So
They are delicious. We've got Majesty Lord Blaster, Full Moon Tsukuyomi, Phantom Blaster Overlord, The End, Valley Sword Dragon, Perfect Riser, and Top Idol Pacifica.
Perfect Rider is going to be a must-have for people who want to use that Legion.
Probably, yeah, because this thing is going to be scary as balls when it's swinging for, 30-something too critical.
On average. On average. It can get higher.
These other reprints kind of confuse me, but you know what? Whatever.
Hey, I will take one Valen
They're not
sword.
the main focus here.
This is truth. So we get into the nitty-gritty.
Shoot. Japan really, really loves putting things out of order. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the top of this page. D-Police got 3 cards in this set. Including a Dai Kaiser Cross Ride.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Alright.
It's like a Gundam with Gurren Lagann shades.
Yeah. When it attacks the Vanguard, I believe, you can counterblast 2 Dimensional Robos to give him an additional drive check.
That's silly.
So he drive checks
at limit break, of course.
Well, yeah.
And I believe it's once per turn, even if you pay it multiple times. So, no concerns there. Although, the fact that he's drive checking 3 times gives him that much more of a chance to bust your perfect guards.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, but it doesn't stop there.
Nope, tell them the next thing.
Dimensional Robo Shadow Kaiser is a 11k generic limit breaker, +5. But the important thing is, on the rear guard, it can counterblast 1 and move itself to Soul. And if your Vanguard is Dai Kaiser, you can search your deck for Great Dai Kaiser and write it.
So you could just go right up there whenever you're ready.
Full on
you got that consistent cross break play and more grade 3s for your deck to check.
So good. Damn good.
And then there's this other guy who's kind of awkward. I don't really know what his purpose is overall, but Dimensional Robo Dai-Yard? His limit break lets you move a rear guard Dimensional Robo to Soul in order to Superior Ride a grade 3 D-Police from your deck, maybe, I don't know, and give it 4k. And then it itself attacks for +1 critical if it has 15,000 power or more. Yeah. It seems to be old Dayusha support or something.
Dayusha. I remember when he used to, exist.
But anyway, not super important. All we know is that Great Dai Kaiser is terrifying, and any of you mecha fans are going to be extremely happy with it.
Pants expand?
Oh, the pants will, but I bet they'll tighten a bit.
That's what I meant.
Alright, and then we have the Genesis Grade 3 from this set. When you ride her, you can choose one of your rear guards and then search your deck for as many copies of that card as you want and put them into the soul. So that's instant setup for your soul charging witches, your counterblast 1, bring us back witches, and all that, which is really neat. And its limit break lets you soul blast 6 in order to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put them back on top in any order, draw 1 card, and then soul charge 1 card.
So they're taking a note from the Megases.
So this lets you obviously draw whatever card you want for the situation, soul charge whatever card you want for the situation, and then drive check whatever card you want for the situation.
Fuck.
It's pretty much a Amaterasu on crack.
Super Teirasu. Emphasis on the Te.
Her name is Persephone. Really pretty too.
Persephone.
I used to know a girl named Persephone.
You actually knew a person named Persephone?
Yes.
Okay, I guess it really is a name.
Royal Paladins get the Shaft.
Of course they do.
Well, they
Which is
deserve it after all
unfortunate
the
because
crap they get.
this new Jewel Knight is hot as hell.
Ooh.
Counterblast 1 at the start of your main phase. This is her limit break, by the way. If your rear guards are 3 or less, search for any Jewel Knight and call it.
3 or less.
That is sexy.
It's funny because they need to have 3 or more to do things.
Exactly.
No, see, since you have less, you get the 3 or 4 you need.
When it means that everyone else hasn't been doing anything for 2 or 3 turns.
Well, I don't know. It helps you recover from field nukes that are gonna be happening.
I stick to what I said.
You can also intercept off the front row and get a new front row.
I stick to my original statement.
It's neat.
Kill
but
yourself
it's not
and fix it.
super strong or anything. And then the totally original Revenger boss, guys. Counterblast 1, retire 2 Revenger rear guards when it attacks the Vanguard at limit break for +10/+1.
Oh.
So original.
The important part is that you can counterblast a Revenger when you ride it to call any grade 1 or less card from the deck. You can get Sword Breakers this way, or your Dorrants or whatever, and keep the deck flowing. I just don't think this card's ever going to end a game properly.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Nubatama.
Oh man. Oh, pardon the screaming, it's just a baby.
Okay. This one's pretty scary. Limit break, counterblast 1 and discard 2 cards. This turn, this card gets 10,000 power. And then, if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, randomly bind 2 of those. They get them back at the end of the turn, of course.
You have cards in your hand? How dare you?
But, yeah, and you can't use this ability this turn because, you know, that would be extremely homo.
I'm gonna keep doing it until you have 2 cards in your hand. What are you gonna do about it?
No, like, that skill's terrifying, though, if you just want to end it. Like, you have 4 cards to block with, and now you only have 2.
Well, yeah.
We're getting more and more glad that they don't have a second set of criticals here.
Yet, they will. And when they do, prepare your anus.
Hey,
The Murakumo edition is neat too.
Ooh.
When you every turn you can just counterblast 1 and clone one of your grade 2 or higher rear guards. I think it's Tamamo.
Yeah, it is Tamamo.
Banana.
And the limit break lets you counterblast 1 to clone a guardian.
That's amazing. I don't think you understand, Em.
So, like, in the guard circle...
I guard, and then I limit break to guard again.
That's pretty cool.
You've got a great Daikaiser breathing down your neck, double perfect guard.
Do you have to pay the perfect guard's cost again, or no?
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah.
do. But, you know, the fact that you can have it there just whenever.
No. I use a quintet wall. Then I clone my quintet wall.
Yeah, you
I
can do that.
feel like
no,
killing
wait a minute.
my
That
deck.
does not work. The quintet wall has to be placed from your hand.
Oh yeah, that's right. Got
But
yeah.
It's still really good
It's still great,
defensively
though.
speaking.
It's
and
like-
I would not be surprised to see this do fairly well.
Yeah, that's a really good asset. Ass.
We have a Link Joker boss that does not lock.
Oh my god, I want it so
Shocked
bad.
and awe.
It's almost like locking is become old hat by this time.
I want it. He's so sexy.
Remember when it was the new thing that was going to change the game up forever?
Addicting Starvader. How? Kiln? I don't know.
Oh,
But
I thought his name was
point
just
is-
Hal.
The point is, all of your reverse units become Link Joker, and then at Limit Break, all of your reverse units get boost, intercept, and gain 5k shield when they intercept.
Hey, they're 5k interceptors and they're boosters.
I want it.
And since it's the reversed units, that means they're all 11ks, so you have 11k boosters at Limit Break.
It is the most adorable concept, and I love it.
I want
I love
it.
it too. This is something I've been wanting for the longest time, and I'm glad they're finally starting doing this.
But guys,
What?
I built Link Joker, and at first I was like, oh, this is cool, but they're gonna die, so I'm gonna sell them off. The second I say, oh, I'm going to sell them off, announce it to our group, this comes out, and I have conflict.
We told you that they were going to get something eventually, because if they didn't get something, they'd be forever terrible. They had to get something, otherwise they just lose to Legion and Standing Vanguards forever.
Good point.
So you knew this was going to happen. We told you.
I didn't think it'd be this adorable, though.
And I didn't know it was going to be something like this either. I'm happy, and I hope this is something that continues to happen.
I have to build it now.
It's just kind of weird. You're probably going to play this with Glendios and just
Throw the other
Vanilla
guy
beat
who's
their
not
face is
Glendios.
dead.
Probably.
That or Freeze Ray.
Freeze Ray.
Well, Freeze Ray doesn't like your reverses as much.
Oh, wait, no, not Freeze Ray. There's another one who likes reverses, and I forget what he was.
Reverse Cradle?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a card.
He's basically bad Glendios, though.
I don't want to go looking for Glendios, though.
We'll see
Well, if
how
it's- wait,
easy
is-
or hard it is to get
his
when
name is-
we actually get to that point.
Well, his name is Reverse Cradle, so he counts as reverse.
Yeah.
So you either you either ride him or you ride the other thing and just use the Cradle as your booster / intercept.
And then we arrive at one of the most terrifying fucking cards in this set.
Ooh.
Echo of Nemesis.
Oh man, so Star Trek.
Well, what
A
is he for?
new Dark Irregulars unit
Oh.
whose standard ability is Soul Blast a grade 0 to Soul Charge 2 cards once per turn. But his Limit Break, oh man, his Limit Break, when he attacks the Vanguard and the number of cards in your soul is 10 or more, he gets 10,000 power and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or higher units to the Guardian Circle.
Yes, Em, it is that good.
It's Glory Maelstrom on crack because it can hit,
Everything.
40k easily every turn.
And you've got a thruster behind him.
Because it's
Yeah,
such that
pretty
thruster,
much.
it makes it just so. Oh my god, it's like this. Oh jeez. Wow.
I think we found
I-
Katie's new friend.
Mind blown.
Yeah, if Pat doesn't, convince us to give it all to him for stuff,
Yeah.
because seriously, he'd probably pay all kinds of money to get those into his deck.
It's yeah, mind blown. I
that's-
can't really say anything else.
It's straight up like one of the best cards that we
It
heard
takes
about.
Dark Irregulars and rewards their gimmick in the best possible way.
Like cheese.
Cheese and crackers.
Cheese and rice, Em. Cheese and rice.
I like rice.
Okay, so calming down from that
Oh
one.
my goodness, let's go to the next thing before we start.
Mercure Blaukluger, whose limit break is counterblast 2 Blau cards when this unit attacks the Vanguard, and then your front row Blau units stand. His normal ability gives him 2k every time a unit of yours becomes stand during the battle phase. So he's giving himself 4k right there.
But he's in for like 15 by himself, normally?
15 by himself, yeah. Plus booster. And if you hit any stand triggers, obviously he goes much higher than
more.
That.
Like, shoot, you gotta like let him go half the time.
Pretty much. The only drawback is that there aren't a whole lot of Blau units
that are
you
standalone.
can play.
Yeah.
There's a grade 1 and a perfect guard, and like 2 grade 2s. Most of them are grade 3s, so
you could ride the chain blouse up to 2 and just forget about the 3. We used to do that whenever we wanted to go more consistent and have more stuff.
Also, no grapplers are in set 16, correct? We might be seeing more Blau?
No, those are definitely going to be risers. Kind of,
there might be some indirect support in there for all we know, because, pack filler.
That's true, but mostly it's going to be riser support because I don't know if you saw the picture, but
Perfect riser.
there's riser legion.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to probably be mostly stuff for that. But that's not to say there might not be some support, but I would say that if you want more blouse for now, easiest way to do is just ride the chain up to 2 and just go from there, because all you have to do is get that grade 1 and you'll guarantee get your grade 2.
Well, yeah, that's that basically.
Yep. Alright, so, I know we're not done yet.
Oh, this Aqua Force brake ride, man, it is something else.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, yeah,
alright, so you counterblast 1, the Vanguard gets plus 10, and then the ability, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 4th or higher battle of the turn, draw 2 cards and retire one of your opponent's rear guard.
Kicking Maelstrom out of a job, I see. The original, that
I've noticed that these Aquaforce likes to do this thing where they greatly reward you for taking the time to attack multiple times in a turn.
This is gross with Maelstrom Reverse.
Gross.
It is.
It's so disgusting, it's so good, I'm reading
The only drawback is that since this is not a Maelstrom unit itself, Marios cannot search for it,
right.
So you might not even be able to play that many of it.
That's true.
That's an interesting limitation, I suppose. Although, I'm sure there are a ton of other decks that will abuse the ever-loving crap out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like Tetra Drive, because fuck Transcore.
You throw your anchor somewhere else, sir.
Yeah. Not Grand Blue yet. I was getting excited.
Sorry, I got excited.
One moment. We've got a Mega Colony machining boss.
Oh god, this guy. I remember him.
Yeah, this freaking guy. Okay, so when you ride him, you can counterblast a machining to call any machining from your soul at rest. Mm-hmm. So you get that synergy with their Forerunner, finally. And a second boss you can play alongside the one they got in Booster 15. The important part is the limit break, where you counterblast 2. If he does not hit, stun the opponent's Vanguard. So
you either hit, or you make them not attack with their Vanguard next turn unless they ride again.
Just do work, Mega Colony. Jeez. And it's not like anything else in the deck even counterblasts. So you can just do this 2-3 times if you're lucky. Just lock them out of the game.
Yeah, I think them being able to hit Vanguard is probably the best thing that has happened to them.
It's the only thing that gives them any advantage over Link Joker in comparison, you know?
Yes. And yeah.
Okay, now we've got Grand Blue. And this one's really interesting.
Pirates!
You can Counterblast 2 and Soul Blast 2 if this card is in your drop zone, and if you have a grade 3 Vanguard, you can ride it. So you've got your instant Break Ride play. The turn you ride, if you have the damage, so that's pretty sweet. And his Limit Break lets you Counterblast 1, retire any rear guard, call any card from your drop zone, and that card gets 5k for this turn. And you can't use this ability again this turn. So this lets you trade out one of the units you got from Night Mist, get a new one that's permanent and won't go away. That's pretty sweet. You can also just continually cycle out less than optimal rear guards for better ones every turn. You can pull out your Sea Strolling Banshee for pluses too. This is just really good for the deck because they didn't have anything going for them in terms of synergy before.
I know they do.
You can probably play an Evil Shade in the deck now because he can't hit for 21 in any other way.
Huh. Well, that's some, I guess.
I really like him though.
He's cute.
It just cuts out so many unnecessary cards in the deck too.
Well, I guess that's good for them then. At least they get something.
Arriving at Great Nature, who probably got the short end of the stick here.
Tell me something I don't know.
Pretty much. Its normal ability lets you unflip a damage when one of your rear guards goes to the drop zone during the end phase. And its Limit Break lets you Counterblast 2, dope one of your rear guards by 4k, and then at the end of the turn, draw a card and retire that card.
Well,
I'm not really sure what to think. I mean, it probably has amazing synergy with the Break Ride. Makes sense. They're both freaking cats. Mixes, whatever.
I guess it's okay. I mean, it sounds like what they all do, really.
They all do the same thing. And that's the beauty of it, I guess.
I guess so.
Whatever. I'm not a huge Great Nature fan, so it's whatever for me, but I can see some people being less than ecstatic. Oh, meanwhile, over at Musketeers, I don't know what to think.
You want to know what I think? Oh man, another Musketeer boss after we get our Legion.
Anyway, it can Soul Blast 1 to do Cecilia's check top 5 thing and retire 1 to call 1. It does not seem to be once per turn though, so as long as you have Soul, you can keep cycling out units for other units if you want to do that. Thin the deck of non-triggers.
Yeah.
Also, it puts the cards you rode into the drop zone, so relevant. And then the Limit Break lets you Counterblast 1 to get +1 critical if a card effect of yours called a Musketeer.
If they're doing what they're doing, get more crits.
It's not gaining any power though, and they don't have any
Powerhouses.
way to get her over 20, so...
She's in 11, and there's Mirka though, so Japan can.
It's not the worst thing. It's new Cecilia. You can use it with Cecilia, probably, just for a more consistent grade 3 lineup. Waiting on the Legion, though, because this is like... It's underwhelming.
It's underwhelming, and like we already mentioned before, the Legion itself, just by being a Legion, already makes the Musketeers, like, good. Just by the fact that they can, on top of their other cards, throw triggers back into the deck by using either one of these two as the alternate boss.
As underwhelmed as I am by this card, at least they got rid of Herman.
Yeah, it's kind of sad when that's really all you can say about it.
Congratulations, you don't need to use that one boosted plus 2k guy anymore. Seriously.
And then finally, Duo Delicious Girl Chow.
Well, shoot. I wonder how many people are going to want that card.
All of them?
Lots of them, probably.
I go 98%.
Every time one of your rear guards returns to the hand, she gets plus 3k. And her limit break lets you counterblast 1 to return one of your duo rear guards to your hand. Search your deck for a copy of it and add that to your hand, and then bounce another rear guard, I think. I just say at the start of your main phase, right? That's important.
Yeah. At this time, the stuff hasn't been like fully translated, so he just slowly just got what he could get from the Japanese and just translated it himself.
She's pretty solid though. She lets you assemble your triplicates of the things that want that, and she gets pretty big. Like 17 by herself. That's nothing to scoff at.
Pretty good.
Alright, and I think that just about wraps up Fighters Collection, minus the things that were unveiled via Card of the Day recently, like Volcatops and Weathercross.
Funny!
Oh, those guys. I think it's time to go to those other things.
Oh boy, Booster 16, you are terrifying. Alright, so if you haven't heard by now, we know what Seeker Sing Saver Dragon does.
Oh, what he does.
Alright, so Counterblast 2 and Soul Blast 3 and discard 2 Seekers from your hand. Or maybe it's just any 2 cards. Yeah, anyway. Not a huge
things.
difference. After this unit attacks the Vanguard, you may pay the cost if it is legioned, and then search your deck for a Sing Saver Dragon, write it standing, and then choose a Blaster Blade Seeker in your soul and legion with it. So, Superior Persona Ride for the restand, except you're even bigger
because you could take the Blaster Blade and go wham.
You can potentially use this ability twice in one turn as well, because you can gain soul via Margal and Sharon and all that happy stuff. It's kind of hard, though, because this card actively takes cards out of your soul. Plus, you're kind of limited by how many of them you still have. I mean, you can shove them back with Legion. Except, no, you can't, because you're auto-legioning again.
It'd be difficult, but possible.
Huh.
Wow, yeah, it actually does kind of limit itself. I'm
surprisingly impressed.
It's still scary as nuts.
Yeah, it's just not borked now.
Let me just restand my 20 kit.
Well, that's the thing. At first it was like, oh man, I'm going to restand this 20 plus column like 3 times. Or attack with it 3 times. But there's somewhat of a limiter. Oh, looks like Elliot's frozen. I think.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay, I'm alive. At least I'm pretty sure I'm alive.
I can hear you, I think.
We just got a picture of you
good.
wiping
Now,
your nose.
Yeah, there's just a picture of you wiping your nose stuck on the screen now. It's just like perma wiping your nose is what it looks like.
What? Please. Google, please. Anyway, we also know what the new Brawler Legion does, and
oh yeah,
wow, that is scary too. You can counterblast 2 Brawlers, and if this card is Legioned, it gains 5,000 power and Vermilion's effect.
Wow.
So,
what?
The fact that it's counterblast 2 means you can feasibly use this 3 times per game, because they do have a damage on flipper.
Yep, and because it's Legion, you don't have to wait either.
Yep.
And this is on top of its mate saying that if your brawl...
Whoop, he phased out again.
Oh, poor Elliot.
Elliot not allowed to have fun. Oh, his internet is going, that's what it is.
And it says put into the drop zone during your turn.
He's back again.
What? Okay, what have we missed here?
You're about to explain what the other brawler does.
Right,
His mate.
the 7K grade 1. Oh, wait, the mate?
Yeah, the mate.
Okay, well, the mate gains 3K every time your Brawler Vanguard hits.
Yep.
So basically, if you used your Vermilion skill, your rearguard mate gets +6. Easily. Potentially +9. Because, you're hitting 3 things.
This is crazy.
And then there's a 7K grade 1 that says if your Vanguard is Legioned and during your turn, if an opponent's rearguard is put into the drop zone, this unit gets +3K. So not only are you vermilioning their stuff multiple times, your rearguard lanes are also going up to like 26 multiple times.
Terrifying.
If that is not Strunk, I do not know what is.
Oh, that sounds pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, and there's a generic 9K Brawler Grade 2 that says, when your Vanguard becomes Legion, retire something in the front row.
Yeah, I like that, especially because it's generic. When your Vanguard becomes Legion, you see.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of clan it is, what kind of subtype it is, just freaking do it.
I don't know when Bushiroad decided that we'll do hybrids, but more power to them. Well,
there are a few other support cards. I'm not really sure what they're all about, but it's trial deck stuff mostly. There's a 9K grade 2 Seeker that lets you counterblast 1 when your Vanguard becomes Legion to search for a Seeker and call it to rearguard, and some Blaster Blade Seeker unflipping Doge that I don't care to read right now because its text is too hard.